Alright guys, today I am going to discuss about the Newton's first law. So this is my journey with the Newton's law chapter. So this Newton laws, what this statement tells about. So it says that if the acceleration of the body is zero, this happens only if and only if the force is zero. So this is a very discrete statement. Acceleration is zero if and only if the force is zero. And to be more theoretical, if we see what its statement generally written in the books is that if a body at rest will remain at rest, if a body at rest will remain at rest, and if a body in uniform motion will remain in that motion, will remain in that motion unless or until an external force act on the body. So this is the statement usually written in the books. If a body at rest will remain at rest, and if a body is in uniform motion will remain in uniform motion unless and until an external force act on the body. So in other way, this statement stated this like this: the acceleration of the body is zero if and only if the force is zero. It means that if the force acting on the body is zero, it means that acceleration is zero, and when the acceleration is zero, it has two conditions: either the body will be at rest or in uniform motion. Okay, so these rest or uniform motion is stated in this statement. All right, but there are few more things we need to know about the Newton first law. As stated in the diagram shown, a box is placed on the bench and it has two forces acting on the block. One is in the upward direction, that is the normal reaction, and one is the downward direction, that is the weight of the block. That is actually the force on the block due to the gravitational pull of Earth. Okay, so in this situation the block is at rest. It means that these two forces should be equal with each other, right? So N must be equal to W, that is the normal reaction must be equal to the weight of the block, and block is at rest. It means the Newton first law is valid here, right? But Newton first law is not valid everywhere. This is very important point we need to know. So let's discuss that. So Newton first law is not valid everywhere. First law is not valid everywhere. So where it is valid, where it is not valid, we will discuss it. So it is valid in inertial frame of reference. It is valid in inertial frame of reference. Right, and it is not valid in non-inertial frame of reference. We will talk about later about the inertial and non-inertial frame of references, what they are. But to be very honest, we must know this statement if we are learning about Newton's first law, because without this statement Newton's first law is nothing. The If you know this statement that Newton law is valid only in the inertial frame of reference, then only you can say that the body is at rest or in uniform motion or is moving with some acceleration. Otherwise the rest, the motion or the acceleration has no meaning if you are not stating the frame of reference. So let's note it down: the rest, motion or acceleration has no meaning, has no meaning without specifying the frame of reference. So once you specify the frame of reference, and usually in our textbooks, in our schools, in our education culture, uh, usually we consider the surface of earth as the initial, this is earth, and we consider earth as the initial frame of reference. So if a body here, right, if a body here and some force is acting on this box, it means that it is moving with some acceleration, right? So this motion is happening in earth frame of reference, So if it is not stated the situation is under which frame of reference, then we will consider by default that the situation is happening in the earth frame of reference. Otherwise, it must state, if it is not happening in the earth frame of reference, it must state whatever the frame of reference is associated with that problem. But usually we will handle the problems, we will handle the situations with the earth frame of reference, and earth frame of reference is inertial frame. It is inertial frame. So inertial frame, it means that Newton's first law is valid everywhere. So inertial frame, it means that Newton first law is valid, right? So this is a few things we need to know about the Newton first law. Okay, and the concept of motion is not absolute, right? The rest or motion or acceleration is meaningful only and only if there is frame of reference associated with that. Without specifying the frame of reference, it is nothing. We cannot state the body is at rest or in motion, because the situation is different according to the frame of reference. If a person is moving in a train, so from the reference frame of train, the person is moving but from the platform, the person from the frame of reference of earth, the person is at rest who is inside the train, but from the reference frame of the platform, the person is moving. Let's say here we have a train, something like this, okay, and the person is standing in the train, and there is one more person standing in the train. This is person A, this is person B, okay, and the train is moving from one place to another place with some velocity, okay, and this is the platform, and there is one more person, this is person C. So according to person C, both the person A and B are moving with the same velocity v, which is the velocity of the train. So according to person C, A is moving, so A is moving, B is also moving. So what the person A says, according to person C, A and B both are moving, but according to person B, A is at rest. So you see that, so there is a conflict. So A is at rest here, A is moving here, but the A is doing only one job at a time, but it has different situations when seen from different reference frame. So one reference frame is this, and the second reference frame is this, that is, this is train reference frame, and this is platform reference frame. So when the situations changes, when the frame of reference changes, the person is in motion changes to rest, or when the person is at rest changes to motion. That's why I am saying that nothing is absolute in terms of rest or motion. It's only relative terms, and we can specify the person's state with respect to the frame of reference associated, or with respect to the frame of reference from where the observer is observing the situation. So here the person C, which is at the platform, so it is observing the situation from the platform which is at rest. So A is moving, B is moving with the train, and if someone is as B is watching A from the frame of reference of train, so A is at rest. So keep in mind this statement that rest and motion are relative terms, are relative terms. So this word relative is very important here, right? So I hope you understand what the Newton first law is, where it is valid, where it is not valid. So in the next lecture I will talk about the inertial frame of reference and non-inertial frame of references. Till then, stay tuned with my channel and subscribe my channel Physics Club by Shakti Sir for more physics related videos. Share this video with your friends, with your classmates, and do hits up the like button so that more and more persons can watch this video. Thanks for watching. Wish you all the best. Bye bye.